Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV, the Christmas Exchange program. It has a long history here in our city, and it's done through the Caring and Sharing Exchange. And here to tell us about the wonderful history and what they're looking for and who is in need here in our community, I'm joined by Cindy Smith. She is the Executive Director of the Caring and Sharing Exchange. Cindy, great to have you, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
I think most people know through the Caring and Sharing Exchange is that the Christmas Exchange program is probably the one they're most familiar with because there is a long history. Tell us a little bit about that history, Cindy.
Sure. Well, it's a very long history. It's 106 years old this year.
Unbelievable.
The program began in 1915 as a way to match people that wanted to help with people that needed help and to ensure that there's no duplication of service, and that's something that we still do today. So still helping folks in need at Christmas, and we provide either a redeemable gift voucher or a food hamper that provides everything they need for a wonderful Christmas meal.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So what are you looking for exactly when it comes to putting together these great packages?
So a lot of our clients actually prefer to have a voucher. They're just not comfortable with people coming to their home, and if they have dietary restrictions or such. So at this point, dollars would help us the most. And we can, of course, make sure that donations go far with our coordination service, where we work with over 200 other local organizations to ensure we're not duplicating any services.
Cindy, how many people in the community have requested assistance so far this year?
So far, we have over 18,000 individuals.
Wow.
And growing daily, yeah. So those people come from over 6,000 households.
And do you work with different partners throughout the community, Cindy?
We do. We work with, like I mentioned, 200 other local nonprofits or local social service organizations that either refer their clients to us for assistance, or if they're helping their clients, we let them know that there's no duplication between our services. So as a community, our dollars can go further.
Yeah, and that's so incredibly important, and that's why, of course, as you said, the monetary donations are incredibly important. So are you looking for any other types of donations? Is there a drop-off service available or a delivery service available?
We don't at this point. Things are a little different last year and this year because of COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that, Cindy. So how has COVID affected the Caring and Sharing Exchange and the Christmas Exchange program in general?
So typically we'd run a very, very large event where we put together 400 hampers in one day and have our volunteers go out and pack and deliver. But unfortunately, with gathering restrictions and COVID, we have been unable to hold that event. But we have been able, like I mentioned, to provide gift vouchers, or we do have a sponsor a hamper program where individuals, businesses, and such can sign up and be matched with another family that they can directly shop, pack, and deliver to.
Yeah, how do they go about doing that, Cindy?
They can visit caringandsharing.ca.
I want to talk about the other programs that you do through the Caring and Sharing Exchange. Of course, the Christmas Exchange is our focus here today, but it's not the only thing that Caring and Sharing Exchange does. Walk us through some of the other programs.
Sure. So we have our Sharing and Student Success program, and that's assistance to go back to school with everything that children from families in need for their particular grade level. So we give them a backpack, and it's stuffed with what the boards of education determine that they need for their grade, so they can start school on an equal footing, ready to learn. We're also home to Kind Ottawa and Kindness Week in Ottawa, which was wonderful Rabbi Balka's brainchild and initiative, and it's just about promoting and recognizing everyday acts of kindness. So we're going to keep that going, and of course, remember Rabbi Balka while we do it. Yeah,
it's just an incredible part of his legacy that he's left with all of us. I wanted to talk about the bottle exchange as well, the empties, because there's something unique that's happening at the beer store, and you're doing it more often now, correct?
Right. So typically that initiative where people can bring back their empties to support the program was done during kind of a one-day blitz where we'd have volunteers outside the beer store, some local MPPs and counselors and what have you. Because of COVID, we're not going to have those volunteers this year, but the beer store is generously, as they did last year, agreed to collect empties to support the Caring and Sharing Exchange at the Cache from December 13th to the end of December in support of our program.
So really making it easy. So when you go in, I just imagine you say you'd like to donate it to the Caring and Sharing Exchange or the Christmas Exchange program?
Exactly.
Excellent.
Exactly. And it's amazing how those dollars add up.
Yeah, for sure. Cindy, a real pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Derek.
All right, take care. Hey, you know what? The giving continues because, by the way, we talked about that earlier in the week. Giving Tuesday is coming up on November 30th. So just a reminder that Giving Tuesday, that's countrywide, and the money that you give, you can actually select whatever charitable cause you'd like to. Well, we're going to talk about one of those charitable causes and another fantastic event that is happening, and that is 24-hour Tremblant. The registration date is just around the corner. We'll catch up with Lydia from 24-hour Tremblant right after this. Don't go anywhere.